this is Bill Wolf and welcome to my podcast. Today I'm with Trent Hiltbrand, my inside sales engineer. Trent, hello.
Hello. Good to be here. Thanks for having me, Bill. It's good to be on this side of things.
So this is an interesting podcast because it's not an introduction to Trent because he's been working with me for about a year now. It's actually kind of a farewell to Trent because he's moving to an outside sales position with Eastern Controls. It's an awesome opportunity for Trent. So this is a goodbye for Trent for my sales customers, my customers, and a hello for him for his new customers. So Trent joined Eastern Controls about early 2020 with the idea that he was going to go to Anderson Hauser in the summer of 2020 and do a deep dive with E&H. And then would jump over to me in the fall of last year and work with me as an inside sales engineer for a bit as a kind of a training thing. And lo and behold, COVID hits. So Trent said, okay, the company said you can't go to E&H. And he joined, started working with me last summer. So we've worked together for almost a year now. We've done field visits together, lunch and learns together. We've done podcasts together. Trent's just been an awesome person to work with. I've learned a lot from him. And quite frankly, I'm going to really miss him as my inside sales engineer. But, one of the great things with these controls is the opportunity to grow. So, Trent, you're going to become an outside sales engineer starting June 1st, right? So tell us a little bit about your new territory and your new customer base.
Yeah, and it has been good. I will miss being on the Bill Wolf team, especially on the podcast team. But I am moving outside to the North Jersey territory, and it gets a little sticky with that because based on how densely populated North Jersey and New York City is, there's actually a few of us up there. But I'm very excited to go up to North Jersey and start making a difference.
That's cool. That's excellent. And that's going to be in June. So you've been with Eastern for a year, Trent. You've been drinking from a fire hose, a lot of stuff. Reader's Digest version, or so to speak, Reader's Digest version. Little overview. What have you learned in the past year? And I know it's been a lot, and I know sometimes you've taught me what you've been learning. So kind of just give us a thumbnail of that. Can you share that with everybody?
Yeah, happy to. So I'll try and keep this short because it really has been drinking from a fire hose.
It could be a Joe Rogan 3-hour podcast.
Yeah, just about the stuff that you can learn in a year here. But what really blows my mind is remembering that when I started here in February or March of last year, I was previously in historic renovation construction management and utility engineering as a consulting firm. Very little prior knowledge, engineering background, but little prior knowledge of the niche that we're in. And it's amazing what 1 year can do because, starting off learning the different technologies of all of the Anderson Hauser product lines, our instrumentation, our gas detection, our fixed gas detection, focusing a lot on even down to the infrared versus cat bead, explosion monitoring, gas detection, and then control valves and on-off valves and different makes and models and what type of valve is best for what type of application and getting into CV calculations. The list goes on and on. But even getting down to what the electronics of a display is for people and getting to the wireless HART protocol of instrumentation. Talk about, jokingly, the stuff that you throw to me, Bill, as your inside guy, and say, hey, figure this out. Getting down to that, those tiny granular things, and you have to do it. You do it for hundreds of products.
Trent, you know what? You're talking about that, right? Your background right there is the process training unit.
Yeah,
so all those instruments, man, like there it is.
Yeah. Getting to know every cubic centimeter of every single one of those valves and sensors and flow meters and pressure diaphragms and radar everything back there. Not just the sales pitch of here's a couple numbers, but knowing what type of material of a radar antenna is better for what type of application, and what measuring technology is better for interface or foam buildup or buildup prevention and all kinds of stuff. So it really has been drinking from a fire hose, but I'll tell you what, the past year really diving into that stuff couldn't set you up better to go show new customers what and more than just selling things, it's to go be of help and to build yourself up as a trusted advisor. So that's what I'm really excited for, especially after this past year, how crazy it's been.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. You've done a great job of diving in and getting involved and learning, and you taught yourself a lot of things too. And we utilize the product managers as well. But you just mentioned being an asset to your future customers. And one of the areas that you're going to be a little bit of a differentiator on from, I think, any salesperson who uses controls right now is that you're actually going to be service certified by, say, the end of June with Endress and Hauser. So let's just talk about that for a second. Again, for your future customers, you're going to go out to E&H for a couple weeks in June, correct, Trent? And what are they doing? I'm not service certified, so what are they going to do? Is this a new program for outside salespeople that E&H is introducing, or how's that going to work?
Yeah, so this is somewhat of a new program, and I actually pride myself in a little bit in being the guinea pig for this. When I first came to our director of sales, saying, "Hey, I want to come. I'm drinking the industrial engineering punch. I want to come do what you guys do. What do I have to do to make that happen?" I actually came with a specific goal in mind, and this was before I even started. After I learned about Endress and Hauser and Mason Dillon and wanted to be a part of it, I said to our director of sales that not only did I want to manage accounts and develop relationships with customers, but I wanted to know the stuff so well that I could actually work on the stuff, because I've in previous careers or jobs of mine, I've seen people that start in the field, know the stuff down to the nuts and bolts, and the people that don't, the people that spend their lives getting no further than PDFs and textbooks into knowing their trade. And the difference in performance is obvious across all. It doesn't matter if you're an industrial, civil engineering, construction, whatever, it's obvious. And I also feel like my generation, there's a lot of lacking in that field experience. Just as they say, trade schools are the best kept secret nowadays. Yeah. So it goes along that same thing. And that's what I did in my previous job, is start in the field, get to know the stuff. So I wanted to bring that type of approach to being an account manager. So I talked with Kevin about it. And that's the goal that I've been chasing for, ever since I talked with him about it, almost a year and a half now. And so what we're essentially doing with me is now, like you said, I was supposed to do this last spring or last summer, but COVID hit, and if that's the worst thing that happens to me because of COVID, I'm extremely lucky. So we'll count our blessings there. But now that everything is starting back up, we are continuing with this goal, and in a couple of weeks, I will be going out to Endress and Hauser's USA headquarters in Indianapolis, and I'm going to become what they call a service certified technician. Wow. And just like any other most product lines, you are really not allowed to or supposed to be messing with a product. Especially you're not authorized to mess with a product, mess with a type of device, unless you're certified by that company. And Endress and Hauser has an incredibly in-depth service certification. So for 2 weeks, I will be out there in labs, in the field, with other service technicians being taught the tricks of the trade. And so when I come back, I will be a certified service technician. I'll be able to do everything from startup and commissioning to troubleshooting, walking customers through, even just the different command tree of the transmitter, and help their wireless connectivity, that kind of thing. So I'm really excited to be equipped with that because it'll make my job way more fun. The fact that I'll be able to do that with them in the field.
Well, hey, I mean, it's going to make it more fun. But from a customer, right? I'm hearing that you're going to be a real asset for them. You're going to be a guy who's going to be able to go out and troubleshoot things, and really have that certification that you can actually do that additional work with them. So that's awesome, man. That is really cool. And you're right. You're the guinea pig. You're the first one to be doing this from a sales perspective. And so, Trent, it's been great. Thank you. Again, this is a goodbye to my current customer base, and you know quite a few of them. So, and we have a new person on board, Justin Lotan, who we just released a podcast on a couple weeks prior to this one. So we introduced him, and he's learning quickly and drinking from a fire hose. And for you, what do you got to say for the customers you're saying goodbye to, which are my customers, or our customers at Each Controls? And what are you going to say to, oh, my dog just walked in.
Daisy.
Daisy, yeah, man. And what are you going to say to the customers that you're going to be seeing? And then we'll wrap up. But go ahead, give me your final lines here.
Yeah. To your customers, it's been great. It's been really great. The relationships I've developed, I'll probably take with me, and I will miss them. And to my new customers in the North Jersey area, I am so excited to meet you all and to get to know your business and your part of the business, what you spend your days on mastering. I want to learn more about it. I'm excited for that. And I really look forward to helping you solve your problems and hopefully building myself as what we call a trusted advisor and a good resource for you. So very much look forward to working with you all.
Yeah, that's excellent, Trent. Hey, folks, for the folks who are now going to be Trent Hiltbrand's customers, reach out to Trent anytime. He'll help you. I know he will, and he'll be an awesome asset, an awesome salesperson for you, and an awesome trusted advisor. Trent, thanks again for working with me, and now we'll be on the same team reporting to no, we've always been on the same team, but now we're going to be reporting to the same person, Ted Johnson. So
yep.
I'll be in all the same meetings you're going to be in, brother.
Heck yeah.
So,
looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And so absolutely. Trent, thanks again.